What up, guys? So I just I just started reading, what is it called? Man's Eternal Quest by Yogananda. Um, and after the first chapter ends on meditate, and it like explains why. Um, and it's basically to know God and to know consciousness itself, and it was like, don't wait any longer. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go sit down right now and meditate. And like right as I was chanting, I was like feeling the consciousness of the universe, and I was feeling God, and I was just like, kind of as a joke, I was like, what is that? I said that in my head, and then all of a sudden an image of a Slurpy appeared, and it was like this, and I just started laughing my ass off because it was so perfect. Like, God is a Slurpee, because God is everything. God manifested into something as a Slurpee, and I was just like, oh gosh, now I have a craving for a Slurpee. But like literally in my third eye, I just saw this image of a Slurpee appear. It was hilarious. God was like, "This is what I am." It just like goes to show you how conscious and funny Source is. Um, it's interesting to think about consciousness and God, like the consciousness field of the universe actually being awake and aware. And it is. Because every time I think that it's not, I feel heavy. And in that book, Power versus Force, it says your body goes weak if it's a universal untruth. So God is consciously aware and can make decisions about things. And then my body goes strong again. But it's interesting thinking about like these higher dimensional beings that I guess would just be a fractal of Source, fractal of God, but like what they can do with consciousness and like having a little tiny human brain, what we can do, and like how many layers there are between, like, I mean, I guess obviously there's no separation between consciousness and us, but to think about these different levels, like angelic realm, like or celestial angelic, and whatever, and like how all of those beings come into play. Like humans, God, we don't know anything, in the spiritual realm. I mean, pretty much nothing besides books from like Yogananda and Sri Yukteswar. I think Sri Yukteswar actually might have wrote a book about like what's beyond the physical body. So I got to check that out. But it's interesting to think about those different layers and like how angels and extraterrestrials being on those higher dimensions come into play as far as like, was it God that sent, was it Source that sent me? I mean, if everything is God and everything is Source, yes, but like, was it maybe an angel that sent me an image of a Slurpee and was like, this is what God is? It's kind of just interesting to think about. So yeah, guys, peace.